Hey everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com. It's about 4:15 on 8/25/2014. Since my voice is still rough and ragged, please pause your video and read this little paragraph right here. Okay, we're going to take a look at the chart now, and hopefully I'll regain my voice some way through the process. I was thinking we would start this week off with some losses. But, you know what I think isn't important, what the market does. Trump's opinion. It sure looked like we were ready to sell off a bit, maybe get down to the high 1970s, something like that. Instead, however, we power right on up to this line right here that we put on the chart, a few days ago. And this is drawn with the idea that we may be setting up another inverted head and shoulders pattern. And if we are, it would be a fairly large one that would have formed the left shoulder from July 7th until the next to last week of July. Or actually, I guess that was the last week because it kind of fell funny. So this would be the left shoulder, the head, and of course at this point we haven't seen any sign yet of a right shoulder. Getting up to this line, it's not really a surprise, I don't guess, because we had the line up there as something to look for resistance if and when we hit it, and there we go. By the way, yes, I did move this line just a little bit to be extremely accurate on where these 2 points were. And if you look at the highs here, the intraday high here, and the intraday high today, they indeed do line up. So at this point, all I can do is say we've met the target from this smaller inverted head and shoulders. We've got no real strong reason to expect more upside at this point. In other words, there's nothing on the chart that I can point to and say because of this thing or this pattern, we should be going up to some level. I just can't say that because the last pattern that was active was this one down here, and it made its target last week. So all we have to go on is trend lines. With that in mind, we finished the day having made a slight bounce off of this resistance line. So I think the correct call at this point is to say, look for this line to exert more resistance. If it does, and we get that little dip over here for a right shoulder, then I think we could be looking for a very nice move in excess of 2050 up 2060, depending upon where a breakout might occur down the road. If we get another inverted head and shoulders pattern. If we do not get that pattern, and instead we just keep plowing up, then I would expect resistance in the 2020, 2025, wherever we might hit these lines right here. So you can see the ideal situation would be we pause, come back for a week and a half, 2, even 3 weeks before we break out, because that would create even more that would give the market a little bit more time to absorb some selling pressure, to have a turnover in shares, and to create a stronger base in the upper 1900, or rather shall I say in the upper 1980, to call it the 2000 level. I think that would be ideal. We may not get ideal. So coming into tomorrow, this is going to be a real simple video. If there's a line underneath this, I think we could look at it as a form of support. This line support, probably not. I don't think this is going to hold as support, frankly, because if we form a right shoulder, this should break, because the right shoulder should be longer than just 3 or 4 days. This line has a much better chance at maintaining support. This one even better. So basically, the lower the line, the stronger that support should be. Same thing with our resistance lines. The further away the line is, the more resistance. But any line that is above us now, including this one, should be looked upon as resistance, and any line that is below us should be looked upon as support. We briefly got over 2,000 today. That may have put a little taste of fear in some bears, thinking there's no way. Well, there is a way, and if we were to continue in the formation of this potential inverted head and shoulders pattern, not only would there be a way over 2,000, but there would be a way to be a ways over 2,000. So, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. A little surprised with the strength today, but we ran up to resistance. That's where we put on the brakes. So, I'm going to say it again. I think tomorrow we should see some weakness return to the markets. And I actually think it would be a good idea if that weakness does not take out anything, let's say, lower than this line right here. If we stay above this trend line, then I think we are likely forming a right shoulder and setting up a very nice move. So guys, I'm going to leave it at that. That's really just the long and short of it. We're essentially waiting for a new pattern to be confirmed, or a new pattern to form that we then can begin to key on looking for confirmation. So hey guys, thanks for watching. Take care.